Welcome to Bad Decisions with Jas, episode 6. Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have some news to talk about today, which is so exciting. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the friend who said that she loves listening to my podcast because it means that she gets to keep up with my life and everything that's going on with it, all the drama, everything, and you don't understand what that did to me. So I just want to say thank you. Just give a little shout out. So yes, let's get into the tea. Oh my goodness. Should I save the best for last? I'm gonna save the best for last so that way I keep you on your edge, but it involves sugar daddy. So, this past week anyways, I found out the committee that I'm a part of, it's a cultural diversity committee, and being Middle Eastern and like one of very few within the organization that I'm in, I just felt like it would have been a really cool thing to be a part of, but they had a meeting without me, so I guess I couldn't put my 2 cents into it, which kind of sucks, but I'm not going to trip about it too much because I probably could have done more to ensure that I wasn't forgotten. So here we are. I mass ordered items on Amazon, and I was so excited for it to come in today. Like, I was fucking ecstatic about it, and it didn't come in today, but here we are, you know. And so actually I was thinking that I should do like a purchase haul, you know that I'm into fashion, and like fashion, my life revolves around it, so I feel like I should do something with fashion. I feel like that would be pretty awesome, but I would need to get a larger following scale, otherwise it would be for like nothing. I don't know, we'll see what I do. I'm thinking about it. And finally, the news that we have all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. Sugar daddy asked me to be his girlfriend on Friday. Yes, so how did that happen? Well, listen to this. And I'm not even bullshitting when I say this. I was cleaning all day on Friday. I didn't have work until 9 p.m. So I was like, okay, let me just clean my house for the weekend. I want to feel better about it. So, I was about to get in the shower because I had a nail appointment with my friend and with Sugar Daddy, and we were all gonna go get pedicures, get our nails did, you know. Well, I was in the bathroom, I'm naked, and I'm about to step in the shower. I had just tracked Sugar Daddy's location to be like, okay, he's not on his way yet, so I can hop in the shower. Granted, he lives like 2 minutes away, if even that, so, you know, I probably should have just, I don't know what I should have done, but I literally had just tracked his location and my foot was about to step in the shower. And then my doorbell rings and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm panicking. I'm like, what should oh my God, I'm expecting a shipment from Amazon, and I thought maybe it needed a signature because lately most of them have. I don't know if that's me, but I don't know. But, I'm about to step in the shower. I'm fucking naked. I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, what the I don't know what to do. So I just grab a towel, I wrap myself around it, and I have the little Ring camera because a bitch's surveillance is a thing for me, being a single woman in my house. Well, I looked through the little peephole in my Ring camera, and no, I didn't see who it was because there was a fucking finger on it. A finger. What the fuck? So I'm like panicking a little bit more, but I'm like, okay, it has to be somebody that I know because no random person's just gonna put their finger there unless they're trying to rob me. But then I saw the driveway you can see the driveway from the front door. So I saw it. I saw Sugar Daddy's truck, and I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker. So I opened the door and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm naked. I'm literally about to get in the shower. And he's like walking in, and I don't know how he hid flowers, a whole vase of flowers behind his back, but listen, he did it. And he like walks in, he gives me a kiss, says hello, and then he just brings this whole fucking vase of flowers from behind his back and says, I have a question for you. And I'm like, oh no, because I'm naked, not even prepared for this in the slightest. And he says, will you be my girlfriend? And I said no. Just kidding, I said yes. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about him, but yes, I said yes. So now I guess his name is boyfriend, right? That's what we call him now? I guess so. I guess we're gonna do it. I'm doing it. I already do things I want to do. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about connections. Insert One Republic song now. Okay, I think that was enough. But if you don't know the song, you should go listen to it because I think One Republic is one of the OGs, and I love One Republic, and I also love the song. That's how this topic came to be, because I was listening to the song and I was like, wait a second, that's kind of a good topic. Yeah, so what is it? What are we talking about with it? We're kind of just going to get a broad understanding with it. As I was researching, because yes, I did research this topic, I wanted to give you guys as much credible information about it. Obviously, I have my own opinions. That's typical. Full disclaimer, just my opinions. But we're just going to talk about connection. And I found a lot of cool other topics that I want to cover in further future episodes. That's a better word. So connection, it's a core human need. Like we need it. All right. We're social creatures. Humans are very social creatures. So we need to have connections. And like, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about all connections, I should say. I'm talking about all connections, the full mile, all the kind of connections, but we need to understand what a connection is. So a connection is the experience of being one. So it's like having shared experiences with people, relatable feelings, just similar ideas. It's the feeling of belonging to something that's just greater than yourself. That's what a connection is. And it's entirely based, like I cannot stress this enough, it's entirely based on emotions. It's not something that you get like on a test or something. It's not based on your IQ or intellectuality. Like it's just strictly how you feel. And it's that in the end that we just want to have a shared experience or moment with someone or with a cat, because my cat, who is a cat, also does crave connections, which is why sometimes she comes up to me and says, "Mommy, I want attention too. Will you pet me?" And it's just so cute. But she gets whatever she wants. She's my cat. So like I said, I read articles for better understanding of this topic, just to really be able to talk about it, because then my thoughts would be everywhere, and that would be a really bad thing. But I cannot cite these articles. I can't, because I never fucking do that. I'm stupid. So don't check me. But from what I learned and picked up from a lot of these articles is that there are 4 types of connections. The first one being your mind, the second one being your body, and the third one being your heart, and the fourth one being spirit. I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. So the mind it's mental, it's psychological, it's your state of mind. So although this connection is not emotion, your mind kind of is. So it's like that is your IQ level, because obviously you want to be able to have connections with people who are, in quotes, on the same level as you. You don't want to have conversations with somebody who doesn't even understand 2 + 2 is fucking 4. Like simple shit like that. Like you want to be able to have conversations with someone and they can keep up. Otherwise, you guys are just going to have a dead end in the conversation. That's what's going to happen. And there's going to be no connection. And if you don't have a connection with the mind, it's really hard for you to have a connection with your body, with your heart, and your spirit. So that's something to keep in mind. Although it's emotion based, your mind is about your IQ. So just so you know. The next one being body. Let's get into that, because I love to talk about bodies. Just kidding. So basically that's just anything physical, a connection that you make physically. So obviously that could be sex, that could be kissing someone, that could be hugging someone, little things like that. It's body language. Your body language says so much, and I do want to get into that on another episode as well, but your body language says so much, and the people around you obviously give off those same kind of little languages with their bodies, and if theirs aren't in sync with yours, then there's no connection. And at that point, it's like me being a straight woman, sometimes bisexual if tequila is in me, but a straight woman, try to be physical with a gay man. The gay man, one, will not find me attractive, and, well, he'll find me attractive because, well, maybe, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but he might find me attractive, and I might find him attractive, but as far as our bodies go, we kind of, want different things, which there's nothing wrong with that. Your heart is fully based on your emotions, how you're feeling about this person. So obviously, you don't just wake up one morning and, all of a sudden have feelings for somebody. No. Your mind has to be the same. You guys have to be able to have conversations that you can keep up with. Your bodies have to speak the same language. Your bodies have to say that I want you and I know that you want me too. Because if it's not on the same level like that, then it's not worth it. And then eventually you'll get to those emotions, those feelings. You'll eventually, that friendship will turn into something a little bit more intense, and it will go towards your heart. That's kind of how it works. That's at least from what I've learned. I don't know. I'm no fucking scientist or expert in anything. Finally, it's your spirit. So it's simply the fact that we are here for a greater purpose. And this could be like, content in the religion that you do believe in, or maybe you don't even believe in a religion and you're content with that. It's that you're here for a greater purpose, and it's not for no reason, because nobody wants to believe that they're here for no reason. Like, I don't think I could sleep at night knowing that I'm not here for any reason, That's me personally. Obviously, other people have different views on that, and I would love to hear them out, so let me know. But I just think that if I thought that I wasn't here for a greater purpose, and it could be a small purpose, like it could be just me being a mother would be a blessing, that would just be a greater purpose, that I'm here to counsel and help grow another human, basically, that I made out of love. And that would be one of the greatest purposes I could ever live for. I don't know if that's like a personal view, but for me, that would be like the greatest purpose I could be, just an amazing wife and amazing mother to my kids. And that's my purpose, and that's what helps me sleep and continue through each days. I mean, obviously it has its moments where it's just like, why am I doing this anymore? Like, I just can't do this. But again, another topic. So now we're going to understand more of the topic. So I have a lot to say. So the types of connections you form are the types of connections you have with yourself. So this comes with self-analyzation. Like, you have to know who you are, like what makes and breaks you. If you feel secure in all 4 types of connections, then you're completely authentic. And that's really hard for people to just take a step back and realize, well, do I connect with myself with my mind? Do I connect with myself with my body, my heart, my spirit? And that goes a lot into what I talked about in my previous episode, like just fully loving yourself and who you are. Like, you have to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, am I the woman or the man that I wanted to be when I was little? Like, is that who I am today? And if you are, then kudos to you. I'm proud of you, because it's really hard for people to be secure in all 4 of those things. Like, that's what's so important. So I was talking to this one girl. I don't want to say chick or girl. This one woman, okay? She's gorgeous. She knows what she wants, and she stops at nothing to get it. And she really helped me self-analyze about who I was. So you attract the type of people that you are. So if you're emotionally damaged, then you're going to attract people who are also emotionally damaged. If you're emotionally unavailable because of that, you're going to attract people who are also emotionally unavailable. If you think that you're stupid, which no one really is, but if you think that you're stupid, then you're going to attract people that are also stupid. I've definitely gone through every one of those little phases, when you feel like you're not here for any kind of purpose, and you're just in this depression, and you're just suffering from anxiety, and you're just letting everything get to you within your mind. You're going to also attract people like that, but I think you get the point. But I have so many stories. Like, when I was fucked up in the head, I was attracting people who were fucked up in the head. I think the biggest one was the story about the guy who told me I look like a whore wearing dresses that I had talked about. I don't remember which episode that was, but I know that I did talk about it. And for me, that was because I was attracting men who were emotionally unavailable, because I myself was emotionally unavailable. I was trying to replace someone at the time, and so that was the best way for me to do it. Just jump to the next person, which I learned, not smart, don't do it. But once you are secure in those 4 types of connections, which obviously it takes time. Nobody just wakes up one morning and says, okay, I have connected with myself in all 4 ways, I'm good to go, I should be able to attract. No, it's a time, it's a change that you need to slowly adjust to, and so if you're secure in all 4 of those, like I said, you're authentic, and authentic connections are that's what you want. You want authentic connections all around you, from all over the world. And authentic connections don't even have to be in person either. Check this out. Like, in the society that we live in, it's so easy to make a simple connection over social media. Like, I connected with this one dude on social media like years ago, and we just started talking, I guess, and it was really nice to have a friend that I don't really have to see, I don't really have to respond to, but like, if it came down to if he needed me or I needed him, then we could talk it over, we could message each other, and like, that was one of the strongest connections I've ever made. I don't even remember what the connection was, so if you know, let me know. But if you know who you are, so that's who I'm referring to. If you know, let me know. I'm sorry, but social media, honestly, it brings so much good, and it's often like overlooked, but another topic I would like to talk about in another episode. And something I do want to cover now that is really important for everyone to know: posting a picture for attention, not necessarily attention, but like, if you really take a step back and realize, most of the time when people do post pictures, it's actually because they're trying to make some kind of connection, and attention doesn't equal connection. No. Like, when I post my thirst traps on Instagram, which I know is probably really bad, and like, my best friend tells me all the time, like, stop posting these thirst traps, but look, if boyfriend doesn't mind it, then I don't mind either. But even if, no one can really tell you what you can and can't post, okay? Unless I'm actually naked on my Instagram, then we have a problem. But we don't have that problem as of now. Just kidding, we won't have that problem. But just because I do that, that doesn't mean that I'm looking for attention. So connection, I've learned, is often trauma that is also overlooked. Like, it's trauma that we can't seem to fix because we find a solution for, because we don't know what it is. And so that's a really big thing, it damages your ability to connect with other people. It's literally the root. Trauma is literally the root of everything we suffer. And a severed connection could often be really hard to figure out how to even repair it, So for me, a lot of my childhood, I was bullied, I was the outcast, I didn't really fit in anywhere, and it was really hard for me to make those kinds of connections with people who didn't even want me alive, let alone, want me to speak or give my opinions or whatever. And so for me, I learned this a little while ago, which is like yesterday, honestly, when I was researching this topic. I was researching today too, and I really put two together. But yeah, for me as a child, it was really hard for me to make those connections. I was the outcast. I was the foreign girl, it was, I don't know, I guess when I got to high school, it was a little bit easier, actually, because at that point, I was a common person, I was common as far as my nationality goes. But it was hard for me to make those kinds of connections. So I feel like a lot of my connections are through social media. They are through, simple ways to connect. And even with my podcast, even that's a way for me to connect. And that's what I want, I want to make connections. I want to, again, expand my horizons, just as a reminder. So you have to really self-analyze, like I said. You really have to sit down with yourself and tell yourself, are you good in the mind? Are you good with your body? Are you good with your heart and your spirit? Or is one of those 4 connections missing with yourself? Because again, as they say, you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, and you can't make connections with people if you can't even connect with yourself. Like, I tell myself all the time, I think I'm the funniest person ever. I'm really not, and I'm aware of that, but to me, I make myself laugh, so that's all that matters. Just to sum it up, wrap this up, if our core human need is to connect with others, then the most important part of healing our emotional wounds is allowing ourselves to open up again. And that's by Brianna West, I don't know, but that's by her, that's her quote, and she's right. So a lot of being able to talk about yourself and being able to make those connections is to open up about anything that they ask you. So it's just something to keep in mind, we all crave connections. we all want to feel like we mean something in someone's life, that we've made a bigger impact because we're 1 in a million, you know? And it's literally 1 in a million. Like, we are just one person out of a million, but also we are 1 out of a million, if that even makes sense. I don't even know, okay? But point is, I think that this sums up our podcast today on connections. Let me know if you guys do want me to do a fashion haul, because I'll sit here and post pictures for you all day. Not even pictures. I will make a video. I will make sure it's a cute video too. But let me know if you think I should do that, or what you think the next podcast should be about. I love to hear about different experiences. Would love to give a shout out if that's what you want. But thank you for listening. Be safe, be happy, and be loved. XOXO Jas.